Motherfucker, I'm so tired of this crap. So you should be able to hear me at this point, which is good because I was about to just cut the whole fucker off and go to bed. Anyways, so I was working earlier tonight, which is why we were supposed to start at 9:30. Boil water advisory here in Montreal, so the madame went off to get some water, so I had to help her carry it in. Yada fucking yada. Probably going to be a short night because I'm still not finished the work I have to get done. Oh, I'm so pissed off at this setup. At least with the other app, I didn't have these mic problems all the time. The difference is I'm paying for this service. Pisses me all the way off. I'm also a little sensitive to it because I have these two speakers down here from I have two speakers from Drop, formerly known as Mass Drop, and they're Bluetooth and they work on occasion. And I paid for those too. So I'm just a little grumpy about my tech these days. How's everyone else feeling about their computers? Oh, and my PC, it just shuts down randomly while I'm like playing games and stuff. So me and the technologies, we're not getting along right now. At all. All right, so who's kicking back with me? Oh, I'm so pissed off. Ooh. Okay. Beto's here. How you doing? And we got hold on. We got Trucker. Yeah, maybe I sound better that way. There we are. How you doing, Marcus? How you doing, Mr. Davidson in the house? Nice to see you're here. We got Destiny. Good to know that you can hear me. I'm really grumpy right now, though. Like, really, like. Anyway, whatever. We're gonna just move it right along. Russell loves it when I mess up the live stream, of course. Yeah, I know, Country Boy. I was so done. I'm so done with this crap. So done. Done like dinner. Hey, Backcountry Tripper, how you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. I'm so happy that you popped in on a stream that started off such a circus ride. Because I am gonna go back to work after the stream. It's Guinness Zero tonight. Which tastes like Guinness, so excuse me. Backcountry Tripper, how's the weather where you are right now? Yeah, so here's the thing. I even forgot it was Tuesday. Like I left work. I'm like, I think I'm gonna work late tonight because this and that kind of didn't work. So I'll just do it at home. Get it sent off before midnight, kind of deal. And I just spaced it. Spaced the fact that it was Tuesday night until I was putting the squeak to bed, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I did a short bedtime, ran downstairs, did some work, clocked on here later than I anticipated, and then so I was gonna go till 10:30, but I only started at 9:41, so I'll probably go till a quarter to 11, and then back to work because I do love it. I do love it. Oh, I felt like it, dude. It really did. What I'm on right now is the Mac. If you're talking about the PC that randomly shuts down, I did a few months ago. I also undervolted my graphics card because that was apparently one of the things that could cause this. It may be that the fan in my power supply is dead, or the cooling system on my CPU isn't working properly. Could be something like that. I'll check it. I don't know, the weekend or something. But it did stop me from getting any further in Baldur's Gate 3 last night. I finally had a little bit of time to game, and it was all just damn computer shut down on me 3 times. I was like, you know what? Good night. But yeah, I'm gonna open it up and do another dusting for sure. Destiny says my laptop screen is hanging on by a cord. Surprised I still have images on the screen. You might need a new laptop there, Destiny. I'm just throwing that out there. You may just need a new laptop. Was it? That is kind of embarrassing. That's the timing, eh? It's like, motherfucker. Whatever. We're good. We're good. Most iconic start to the live. I love it. Yeah, Mark is asking the question. I'm wondering too. Where are you tonight? It's rainy in Montreal right now. I don't know if anyone else is getting rained on, but I most definitely am. But country says decent 12 degrees Celsius. Sad it's not raining. I'm one of the crazy people who loves rain. So when I picked up this week from school today, I was wearing a light raincoat because it was like it's been raining all day, but not like a deluge. And we were coming home, and she didn't have her little umbrella with her. So I said, "Do you want my little raincoat?" She's like, "No, Daddy, I love the rain." So she's wearing a t-shirt, and she had a sweater, but she just sort of put it on her head to protect her luscious locks. But she was as happy as a pig in shit, dancing around in the rain. I'm like, okay, you do you. Mount Vernon, Illinois. Destiny also loves the rain. I love the rain too. I don't like being caught in an absolute downpour, but I love a nice summer rain. Um, I like some slightly harder rain as well, but I love sitting on the porch in the rain. You know, nice cup of tea in my hand, covered porch. The smell of the rain in the green grass and the trees. Love that. Mark saw snow out west and wondered if Peanut Trucker wasn't it. Snow already, eh? It's like the good old days. Man, when I was like 5 or 6, we had snow that came up to here on me. High good Mike is okay as long as it's not cold. I'm good with cold to a certain degree, for sure. To a certain degree. As a Russell, if I quoting Russell. Ooh, you had about 4 inches. That's a lot of rain compared to what we got today. Actually, I don't even know how many centimeters we got today. I would look it up, but I mean, I'm already on late, and I forgot to close that door. You know, it's not a pro show tonight here, people. It's not a pro show at all. Country Boy also likes the rain, which is good because he lives in BC. It's like liking the rain. Well, not liking the rain, but being unbothered by rain is like a cultural imperative on the BC coast. Hi, Carol. How you doing tonight? How's the weather where you are? I'm just sort of skipping down to see if there we go. There's Grace. A lot of rain. You only had 3 inches. I don't even know what we had, but it wasn't. It didn't feel like it was that bad. Yeah, light rain. I mean, it's been going all day, so maybe like it'll tell me somewhere on this little 4 millimeters in the last hour, 12 millimeters expected in the next 24 hours. But like all day, I don't know what that means. So, it's going to be moderate rain at nearly midnight tonight. We've had 7 millimeters today, and we'll have 12 more over the next 24 hours. So that's not 3 inches. or 4 inches. Mark, I thought that said my guitar clogged. I was like, "What are you doing?" Uh, oh, David's out. Hold on. Wait. Before you go, David, did you buy any scotch? Did you come back with a bottle? I hope he came back with a bottle. I surely would have. For sure. My fiddler player's in Scotland right now. Sent me a picture of some nice bottles. Asked me if I wanted him to pick one up for me. And I said if we get some gig money in the house, like now, then yes. But if not, I got a speeding ticket that I had to pay this week, so I'm a little skinned. Destiny's gonna get chips. All right. No what? No charcuterie. Was it? No charcuterie. No charcuterie board tonight. Jim, you're right. And she needs some cheese. You gotta have some cheese. Cheese is very important. Absolutely important. There's peanut trucker saying, now I can get my number one back now that David's gone. Yeah, because I missed all the conversation at the allotted time. I'm just clicking at random here. I could use some cheese. So yeah, boil water advisory, which I didn't know about until an hour or so after I gave Clem and the eldest daughter and their mother and me big glasses of water at supper. Great. So if I suddenly, sort of fade off screen, it's okay. I'll be fine in like 24 hours. Yeah, I got my first speeding ticket. I was running late. I was running like hella late to get someone. There was an appointment I had to pick Camille up for. I was like 10 minutes behind. And I wasn't speed demoning. I was going around 49, but I was in a 30 zone because it's all residential around here. So more neighborhood after neighborhood have been setting speed limits throughout the neighborhood or the municipality as like 40 or 30. Traffic calming, protect our children, and all that. So and I was playing. I think I was playing Rammstein. So the blood was pumping anyway. Cop on a bike, stop! Like came to a stop. So you were doing 49 in a 30 zone. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. It's the water. The water's addled my brain, made me grumpier than usual. I'm good now. I'm good now because we're doing the live stream chat and stuff. It's just I've had issues with the mic not working before due to sound issues. It's not the mic. There's something to do with this app because the system is getting sound, but it wasn't showing up in the app. And so I wonder if I can share this screen with you because I want to bore you people to death, right? Is it gonna let me? Like, I don't think it's gonna let me share this screen because I'd like to show you what the sound settings look like. I'm scrolling. Keep them doggies scrolling right. I have a shift ton of tabs open in this computer. It's a little low. Nope, won't let me do it unless I do this. right? What? No, no, that's just the YouTube page. No, forget about it. Because I wanted to show you what, like, the settings that this app is asking for. Like this music, this interface is in there twice for some reason right now. I'm like, meh. Hey, we got tons of cops on bikes here. Hell, sometimes they're even on horses. But yeah, there's a whole escadron. There's a whole bike squadron. They do downtown sort of, and where the tourist areas are, and like the residential neighborhoods. They don't do the highways. Depending on the time of year, sometimes um, the graduating cadets are the ones out on the streets on the bikes, and like sort of doing the beat walk. Used to know a motorcycle cop from Windsor. We have motorcycle cops here too, but you don't see them nearly as often. Nearly as often. Country Boy says, "What? You're going to stop swearing now after 2 f bombs in the first minute?" I think I did more than 2, but I'm not grumpy now. Not grumpy. I'd forgotten how to feel. Not grumpy. Anyway, I mean, I guess I'm already demonetized. So I finished off that black bourbon, by the way. I was like, I can't stop myself. This is too good. So I'm just waiting for YouTube to pay me so I can buy the next bottle that we were talking about. I thought I had something to show you guys, but I don't remember what it was. He said, looking around. I thought I had something to show you guys, but I don't know. Backcountry says, drink more water. Drink the water. Fuck. Fuck. It's the water. It's the water. Yeah, can't be grumpy with all these fine people clicking the thumbs up. Am I actually getting thumbs ups on this terrible attempt at a live stream where I'm late? I'm silent. I'm swearing. I'm forgetting things I wanted to show you guys. It's like, oh my god, how does this even work? Yeah, it was a sad day for you. Yeah, I think it would be worth it to buy a full size bottle next time I'm in a province that actually sells it. Like next time in Alberta, it was good enough for me to buy a full bottle of it for sure. Tasty, works really well in an old fashioned because it's absolutely convincingly bourbon in quotation marks. Yeah. So the one that I'm buying next is the Bridgeland, right? See, I kind of wish I'd kept some of that black bourbon to do a little compare and contrast video. Peanut Trotter is like best live ever. Oh my god. Considering how much work I've put into some of my lives in the past, you're cutting me deep, mister. Hmm. Which reminds me, I need to do another cocktail live pretty soon. Pretty soon. Like not tonight, but pretty soon. I just got to come up with a cocktail to do. Excuse me. What the hell do I want to show you guys? What is up with this organizational nightmare? Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Such a nightmare. Yeah, that bugs me. Uh-oh. He's getting back to his grumpiness. It bugs me. I should do an ASMR channel, but it's all really angry ASMR. You're such an asshole. Go to sleep. I'll slit your throat in your sleep. You know, that kind of thing. that'd be bloody brilliant. Yeah, the Tabor Corn 101. Yeah. Come visit out west and we can do a comparison. Yeah, I got it. Well, I mean, especially because my dad and his wife live in Penticton. So, it's been a bunch of years since we've been out there. Russell said a couple of lives ago, he ended with stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and be kind to one another. I think I was a little less than sober myself because that's not my usual sign off. Because I mean, mine isn't, poetically short, like pea soup, like somebody I know. Mine's too long. But I mean, it's what I say now, so I'm just going to, but stay sober is a weird one. It's like, what the hell? Stop grumping, you grump. Peanut Sugar says, Best Destiny, organizational nightmare. Oh, is that a quote? Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'm amazed at how much like actual Guinness this tastes. It's not identical, but it's really close. Hey, Shawnee, how you doing? Just listening in? That's fine with me. That's fine. Pea soup is the pinnacle of efficient modern poetry, quoth Russell. So, oh yeah, as you guys, as many of you know, because I've said it before, a few years ago, the hard drive in my laptop failed, and I hadn't noticed that the hard drive in my backup drive had failed, so I lost 30 years of my writings, half-written books, 4 half-written books, many short stories, probably a few thousand poems and stuff. And if I wasn't so emotionally dysregulated, I think I probably would have been really, really depressed by that. As it is, I didn't feel a thing, which is weird because it's all gone. Like the story of my life is gone. But while some of you know that I'm in this massive decluttering and organizing, I found a whole pile of my old stuff, like in paper. It was about 3 times as thick as this. And so what I've been doing is going through this and transcribing everything into this notebook. Just like right? Just transcribing everything in. And as I've been transcribing it in, I've been lightly rewriting some of it. It's like I'm doing an edit job. But the reason I'm transcribing everything into the notebook is because I'm tired of having papers lying everywhere. A notebook is neat and tidy. And this one is specifically designed for fountain pens. So this is like my kind of notebook. But I'm really working my arse off to lessen the papers, because this was, this duotang plus piles of paper. Like it was about yay thick. It was just sitting there in a drawer that I was decluttering. And it's really cool to read some of these things that I'd forgotten, and some of them are quite, in my opinion, good. Some of them were really not. Some of them are like, some of them remind me of how insufferable I was in the 90s. I was one of these, poet, quote unquote. I had little sort of communist glasses, long hair, Shaggy wore a fisherman sweater all the time, writing these poems out, reading Jean-Paul Sartre because it made me um, interesting to the blue-haired girl who worked at the cafe on campus. Like, just sort of living the artist life that, I just I would have hated me. I would have hated me back then. And that guy is absolutely there on those pages, and it's just funny to be reminded of that jerk. I feel that you really understand me. Here, put your hand on my heart. Feel it. It beats for you. I mean, I never said that to anyone, but like one step below that kind of cheese poof. Because I was the kind of guy who kind of pisses me off, you know? And it's funny because I think that what pisses off most in other people is often something that we really hate about ourselves. Yeah, I think there's truth in that. So, like, if ever I'm sitting on a plane, there was one guy, man, I was sitting on a plane, and there was this, 20-odd-year-old guy, because it's always, right? And he had a notebook. He had a moleskin. I have a bunch of those up there. Embarrassing. So, but what he was doing was he was writing, I don't know, he was being creative on the plane, but he was writing like all the way across, right? And that's exactly the kind of thing I would have done way back when, to be more poetically interesting or to have an artistic flair, just in case somebody looked in my notebook. Like, ah. I mean, I look, if you have nothing good to say to someone, don't speak, but it's just, I've been thinking about that version of myself a lot lately because I've been going through these pages and rewriting this stuff. And I have just deep sixed a lot of stuff that is like, there's nothing to salvage here. And it felt funny to deep six anything because of how I lost everything. But once you sort of get into that groove, like I've gotten rid of virtually all my books. I've gotten rid of so many papers, so many things that I thought would never go, that it's kind of freeing in a way because I have felt owned by my stuff for so long, as you guys have heard me say more than once on these live streams. I really, really wish I had closed that door. Why did I go down that really boring road? I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm really late. Hold on. Let me skip on up. Skip on up. Shawnee, don't watch the beginning. It was silent. It was a silent movie. Great, Jim. So the best was the part where I wasn't saying anything. Russell says, as a connoisseur of Guinness, I'll have to try that slop. It's not bad. It ain't quite Guinness, though. I mean, but we're really in a golden age for de-alcoholized beer. A lot of it still sucks, but I found a few good ones. Shawnee making jokes at my misfortune. I see he lost lots of his writing, like it decluttered itself. Losing a hard drive in a laptop is kind of pricey too. Emotionally deregulated. Is it dysregulated? I think it's dysregulated. Destiny's not feeling the chips. Going to order some fish and chips. The other kind of chips. Oh, I thought those were the kind of chips you were making. So you meant you had potato chips. Yeah, chips are better than potato chips any day of the week. Shiny might need some olives. I do wish I could eat an olive. I cannot because they immediately come right back up. So I have learned my lesson on that one. 10 p.m. Notebook fetish moment. Oh, dude, you don't understand. That's a really hot notebook because it's designed for fountain pens. It's very smooth. Oops, it's very thin, but also very very smooth paper. I think this is by Midori. No, this is by Kokuyo in Japan. B5 size. I love me some B5. I think North American paper sizes suck, but I've also got these guys, right? Little brain book. I love a good notebook, and I'm gonna buy more of these guys here. Uh, I mean, look, they're kind of expensive, but if you order $100 worth of anything from the store, it ships from Japan for free. So, oh, that sounded so bougie. Holy crap! Ah, stop me before I speak again. Okay, so I watched a video this morning while I was brushing my teeth and taking my shower, and then rushing out the door about how a lot of your favorite like authors and film makers do their first draft in longhand on paper with a pen. Um, Tarantino always starts off. First draft is always on paper with a pen. And like Russell especially will know that there's some formatting that goes into a film script, man. So that is impressive. But Stephen King, always paper and pen for his entire first draft. And then all these guys are saying, so then when I take that and I transcribe it, that's when that's where it becomes work. Before that, it was creation. Now it's work, but also that's where your second draft happens. Because your first draft, no one's ever going to read your first draft, right? And I'm wondering if sitting down with pen and paper might make me inspired to write something again. Because, like, I think my last poem was in 2000, maybe. I haven't written much since. Because here's what happened. I got out of university, and um, I worked in a bunch of things. Like I was an interface designer, and but then pretty quickly I got into writing and editing professionally, and so that kind of I stopped reading after hours because I read all day, and I kind of stopped writing because I write all day or I edit all day, and it sort of sapped the love of it. But by that point, I had also transitioned to working completely digitally, and I work in tech. I'm on tech. I use tech to make my videos, and I feel that the more technological my life becomes, the more I have this yearn for an analog life, which is why instead of keeping, all my appointments in my iCal, I mean, I put them there because the whole family, but everything goes in here. Everything I need to remember goes in here. Dates, notes, whatever. Don't get me wrong, I'm still dying for an iPad. But this actually writing on paper physically, that's where it's at for me, man. That's where it's at. And I do wonder if it's because as someone who works in such a technological milieu that I kind of need to balance that. I keep going back to, I think I mentioned to you guys before that one of the guys at the, is it Lost Art Press? They have a magazine about woodworking, whatever. One of them was giving a workshop at sort of a trade show, and it was a make a chair. I was going to say it's carve a spoon, but I think it was like more like make a chair, whatever. And he said, he went around the room and said, what does everyone do for a living? And he said that the vast majority of the guys there specifically were in tech, IT or network security or something. And so they had this whole conversation about how these guys are yearning to do something with their hands again rather than just their minds. I don't know why my stream of consciousness is going down these routes tonight, but there it be. I should probably catch up on that Chitty Make Chat. Um, But yes, I am very into a really good notebook and fountain pens. I've been into fountain pens for a long time, like a long, long time, longer than I've been into Scotch. And I got into Scotch pretty early. I don't mean like 14, but I mean like early 20s. Oh no, Destiny, there's no cheese in this house. You guys need to have an intervention. Yes, exactly. Having everything in notebooks will keep the paperasse from overflowing the way it so often has. Um, I do have electronic notebooks like on my phone and stuff, but I don't get the enjoyment. I don't get the tactile enjoyment out of jotting something on my phone as I do, you know, writing it out on paper. I have also made it a goal of mine, once I finally get to see the occupational therapist, to really improve my handwriting. Like once the fine motor issue gets dealt with, improved. I don't know how much you can fix something like that, but yeah, yeah. There were little wire rimmed. You like you'd expect some hippie author from 1969 to wear, or some beatnik from, well, I guess the beatniks in the 50s sort of went more for the horn rim, but there were some that had these little, Trotsky style glasses. Russell says, when I was a kid, I swore I would one day own the Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. That kid would hate me now. Good show though, back in the day. I wanted the was it a Firebird? No, it was a Trans Am from Kit Night 2000 from Knight Rider. Boom boom. Looked like a if if a car and a Cylon had a baby. Someone's gonna get hurt real bad, and it ain't me. Someone gonna get hurt real bad. Don't blow smoke up our asses. You said it. I don't even remember saying that. First of all, I would say arse. Irish Point St. Charles family. Well, also Scottish Point St. Charles family. If you're from the point, you say arse. Oh, Jim's got to go. He heard a mousetrap snap. Okay, good night. Good luck with that. Destiny was missing the. Just sort of skimming back to see what did I say. Definitely PEX, for sure. You go for a complex system and something like that. It you know gives you probable deniability. What's it? Plausible deniability and efficiency. Oh yeah, and efficiency, as country boys say. Country boy. This is true, Mr. Rock. A bucket with some peanut butter and a bottom full of water. Problem solved. Oh, so the decaf at Tim Hortons tastes the same as regular? That's good to know. Because like as I've gone down to like one or two teas a day, um, finding decaffeinated options for the afternoon. I mean, like there's a lot of tisanes I'll drink, like mint, or David's Tea does this nutty thing, Buddha. I don't know, Forever Nuts, I think it's called. Very good. The King of Bougie. Great. That's not a title I want to hear. Oh, do you guys remember the King of Kensington? Canadians only. King of Kensington. Who was it? Al Waxman? I mean, this is a deep cut. I'm going back far here. The King of Kensington. I think it was on the CBC. 70s, 80s. Did they own? He owned a shop in Kensington and Toronto, I think it was. Does anyone remember this show? I mean, I'm pretty sure if I said, does anyone remember the Beachcombers? Most Canuckies would say yes. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Yeah, screenplay by freehand. I mean, that's some mad. That's an evil genius thing. That takes patience that I just do not have. You type 100 words per minute. Freehand is just so damn inefficient. Now, okay, but that's part of the magic. Like people who are going back to writing by hand, the inefficiency of it is part of the magic. Like across the board, they've all said that, and that's part of it for me too. Because like when I'm writing fast, my writing is garbage. But in order to make writing, the grammar there was about to just. In order to make my writing somewhat legible, or if I'm writing in something that's a nice notebook rather than just sort of a on foolscap. That was an old-fashioned word. What the hell is the current term for foolscap? Like a scrap paper, and whatevs. But it's like the writing equivalent of slow food, maybe. But yeah, the inefficiency is part of the magic, for sure. Long time ago, 90s. I was working for a video company. All they made really was they had a really good codec, and they had a little player for their codec, and I designed the interface of that, and I did some websites. I did the website. This is early. I did the first website for. There's this radio station in upstate New York or Vermont, Plattsburgh, called 99.9. And when they started, they were like this hardcore and like alternative. So some industrial, some Cure, some whatever, Skinny Puppy, so a little Rammstein. No, Rammstein wasn't a thing back then. So yeah, I did their first website. It looks nothing like that now, but of course not. This was like 1996, 97, something like that. So yeah, I did some interfaces, and then I transitioned into writing and editing. First for some tech books, then for magazines, then for Reader's Digest, but not the Reader's Digest. It was for like the books and stuff. They put out health books, cookbooks, um, stuff. So like I haven't done a UI design in a long time. I did design the band, the website for my band that I sometimes throw the link to, squidjigger.ca. I haven't really done it in a long time. It's a whole different world now though. Like with Figma, I'm like, ooh, wish we had that when I was a kid. A kid? What? Yes, I think they're still on vacation. Oh yeah, they send their best. Nice. Nice. Russell, use a very old version of Final Draft for screenplay writing. I used to have Final Draft as well. I don't anymore, but I really liked using it. Like how Enter just puts in the next. But yeah, love it. Countryway, what did I say about your stream of consciousness? Destiny will know. Yeah, I just think you said it needed a beaver dam. Am I right about that? Whatever it was, I remember being impressed by it. Jim got time just in time to see your electric comment. I assume it struck a nerve on the paper pen. Yeah, I had a whole conversation about it. If a car on a Cylon had a baby, did I say that? Oh, is that about Kit, the car in Knight Rider? Seasons on CBC. Yes, it was Al Waxman. I guess you mean it was a certain number of seasons. Yeah, I don't really remember any of the individual episodes either, except him and his wife were having an argument about somebody was looking at someone. It's like, you know what? I'm not allowed to find women sexy, and she's like, "You're supposed to find me sexy." And then like later in the episode, it was sort of flipped. But that's the only thing I remember. But I remember the opening theme song and stuff, and him walking through Kensington and waving to all the friends and stuff. All the friends. Yes, that's it. That's it, Destiny. Man, she actually has a note. She actually has a book of quotable quotes. Holy crap! I'm gonna want to see that one day. Grace says, Plattsburgh. I was stationed there in the early '80s. In the early '80s, I never went to Plattsburgh. Oh wow, Lake Champlain was literally your backyard. That's nice. That calls for a canoe. Um, a country tripper. Thanks for the Figma. I use it as well. I'm not good with it. Man, I know someone at work who uses Figma for something it's not designed for. And when she pinged them to ask about how to do something, they were like, "You're doing what?" Very cool. I'm not going to talk about it because it's work, but if you can come at a piece of software from an odd angle and make it work for you in ways that they hadn't really thought of, I would consider that a win. Excuse me. Oops. It's 10:31. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna go till 10:45 because I started so late. That is so late. I do wish I still had some beverage though. Should I run off to get that country says, sadly, it's safer for me to create a whole UI fast with AI. I am I'm not gonna say I'm against AI because I have to use it every day at work. But I am relatively AI averse. I'm not kidding when I say that Ed Zitron has um, influenced my thinking on AI. I just don't think that the money's there. You know, there's like what, a half a dozen companies that are quasi viable, but not a single one of them is viable. Um, what's the one that makes ChatGPT OpenAI? Eh, If they're not, if they can't go public by the end of this year, millions and millions of dollars of their capital, of the venture capital that they got, converts into debt. And we're still in a world where it costs these companies more per token or query or whatever each company says your question is, than even paying clients are paying. So I don't think AI is going to go away, but it's not going to be with us in this form for much longer. Because once, like OpenAI is the only real company, and even then, what? So I don't know. Something's going to change on that. I think there's going to be a lot of amalgamation there, and I don't see most of these companies remaining unbought for too long. And I'm always pissed off by the results when I'm trying to make something. Didn't I show you guys a few weeks ago that I had Copilot, I think. I tried to get Copilot to create me a visual representation of a character in my story, and it just kept giving me these hot women. I'm like, no, girl next door type. And then so that picture was like hot girl next door. Like I'm like, wait, okay. I finally had to say, not a sex bomb, not utterly gorgeous, average human being. And I still got like average human being was this knockout. I'm like, there's a problem with the technology when it's so geared towards the male gaze. Because let's face it, how many guys are sitting there with some of these and like bare naked, blah blah blah. You know that's what it's being trained to do. So I get a little irritated with it sometimes. Hold on a second. Russell worked with AI agents all day today. That's a day that would leave me absolutely snaky. Jim said, because I got to work early, I hate to hit the rack early. See you all next week. Be soon. Good night. Good night. See you later. Jim. Good night, Jim. Sleep well. Have good night. Google buy them all. Google's is not even near the top of the, but yeah, they're going to buy someone for sure. Because here's the thing. A lot of these engines, like that are owned by large companies, are actually just sort of rebrands or clients of OpenAI or oh, damn it, the name escaped me, but the other sort of quasi big one. I don't remember. I just don't remember. But like, stop. No, that was going to get political, and we don't do no politics. Did I just see? Is Peanut Truckers out? Hold on, I'm waiting for that to pop up so I can share it. I'm out too, getting up early. Better days ahead, Jess. Everyone have a safe week. Good night. All right, good night. DeepSeek is the one that sort of showed us that how weak the underpinnings of this whole thing are, right? Because all these companies are run by guys who are drunk on ridiculous numbers, right? How many billions? How many billions? Are like, woo, let the good times roll. And then DeepSeek, if it's the one I'm thinking, the one out of China, sort of went boom and showed what you can do with a spectacularly lower dollar amount in terms of investment. Is it as robust? No. Is it trained on the same stuff? No. But it's open source and you can download it onto your machine. So that's more secure in terms of like you know, and I don't know. So it sort of showed that these guys were playing a get rich game that depended on everyone else not understanding what they were doing. And now that a venture firm from China just drops one in everyone's lap for free, that's open source, that anyone can mess with. It you have to look at these other ones, like the big American guys, and say, "What's going on, dude?" Grok, I wouldn't touch because it's an Elon Musk disease. Yeah, it is the one. Yeah, because what that does is it like if you're Microsoft, and by the way, Microsoft is pulling back from the AI, right? Their investment in the whole Stargate and everything, they slashed the crap out of it. But like, if you're someone who's looking to invest, and I don't mean SoftBank because those guys are dumb, right? They're so hooked into OpenAI for so much money that if OpenAI goes bust, SoftBank is probably not going to survive. But like, say you're an investor and you can either invest in these multi-gazillion dollar companies that may or may not be around in 5 years, or you can ignore that because with a little bit of work, you can have someone on your team make make DeepSeek work for your needs. Would you get the same quality? No, of course not. Of course not. But you would have so much more control. Kind of feel like I've sounded off enough on that that was sort of riding the line of political too, which I'm trying not to do. Excuse me. Uh, I think I wonder how recognizable the tech industry is going to be in 5 years. Like not even 10 years, 5 years. Because every 10 years it's completely unrecognizable, right? But I wonder. I wonder. Um, we got another 5 minutes. What do you guys want to talk about next week? Should we come up with a plan for next week? Oh, little fish, how you doing, Marcel? I'm cutting out early this week, so um, it's a good thing you're here when you are. What should we talk about next week? What should we talk about next week? I'm just waiting for that to. Yeah, because I'm still not finished working for tonight, and I got to get my thing out before midnight. So there's no way. There's no way I can stay till 11. I look, even cutting out at 10:41 is might be riding the line, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Marcel just had a chance to sit down. Long day for you, Marcel. Uh, oh, it's your birthday on the 11th? Nice. How old are you gonna be? Don't tell me. It's fine. I'm just being a brat. But yeah, I hope you have a good birthday, and that's cool. Another time, another revolution around the sun. Excuse me. Oh my land, peoples. Oh my land, peoples. Um. Oh, that's just saying thank you to Destiny. Okay. Ow. Oh, that was so painful. I just racked my knee against the bottom of the desk. Well, there's one benefit to not having this on a desk, on like on a little stand on the desk. You guys probably didn't hear that huge thump. Destiny's got to go up at 5 a.m. Thanks for the live. See y'all next Tuesday. Good night, Destiny. Sleep well. Destiny has her notebook set tonight. Yep, for sure. For sure. Oh man, I can't be yawning. I still have to work. Got to put a video out. Um, yeah. Should we plan something for next week? I mean, I'm okay just doing these, fly by the seat of your pants lives. They're sometimes more entertaining. Sometimes, but like we haven't had a full on knife discussion in a long time. Um, we haven't had an axe discussion. We need to do con night. Yeah, but I don't have a gigabit up and down, right? So I don't know who's gonna host that, but I would totally attend that. Country says 5 a.m. I wish I could sleep that late. I do not like being up before 6:30. I don't like being up before the sun. So in the wintertime, I don't like being up before 7. But Al has the bandwidth we need. Good to know. Good to know. We should definitely set that up then. We should definitely set that up. Good movie. Even with kind of it's a flawed masterpiece. Well, let's put it that way. It's a flawed masterpiece. Just checking. I thought somebody was messaging me, but no. Nobody wants to message me. It's like I'm back in high school. Nobody wants to message me. No movie is perfect. Nope. I was just going to try to gainsay you on that, but no, you're right. Okay, 22:45. I'm out until next. Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is pretty damn close. That's for sure. Um, so good night. I'm gonna go back to work and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So between now and next Tuesday, everybody, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I always do that. Be healthy, be safe, be sane. I feel like I'm losing the the plot on how I do that. Everybody, stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Good night, everyone.